Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. Who's a Boss here. This is just going to be a pretty quick video just to sort of try and quell the complaints that the Vita has no games. So I mean, there's been so many people who've been, jumping on the bandwagon, saying the Vita has no games, bashing it for no real reason. Most of these people haven't even tried the Vita. I mean, having actually tried the Vita, used it for over a year now, I would like to say that those claims are totally invalid. I mean, let's just for example take a look at Rayman Legends. I mean, this game is absolutely stunning. I mean, as well as that, it's an incredibly good platformer. I'd say 10 out of 10 this game is better than Mario any day. I mean, there's so much to do, so much to discover, and all of that is being displayed on this beautiful, glossy, almost HD display. So I mean, it looks loads better than any game on the Vita. I'd say it blows Mario out the water. And I think that you'd be crazy if you'd rather play that game than this. On top of that, we've got Rayman Origins, another fantastic game. Although it's slightly similar, I mean, the actual, the fact that it's another full-blown console game on this handheld is just another bonus. So on top of that, we have Guacamelee. I mean, Guacamelee is an absolutely incredible Metroidvania-style platformer. Not only does this have very responsive, slick controls, but the visuals are absolutely incredible. I mean, it's a very, very interesting art style, and it's memorable as well as being just generally very good looking. It runs at a silky smooth 60 frames per second, and the story and combat is just brilliant. I mean, throughout the game you'll be unlocking powers, and there's tons of stuff to discover. As well as that, there's a platinum trophy to get for those people who are interested in that. I mean, there's tons of very, very cool ideas, and this is like being able to switch between different realms just using the click of a button, and the puzzles that you solve by doing this are very satisfying and very, very difficult. And let's not forget Little Big Planet Vita. I mean, this game is like a sandbox of games within it. I mean, you can create practically an unlimited number of different games within it. I mean, there's been already games like Flappy Bird and things like that already created just within Little Big Planet Vita. So it's absolutely astonishing what you can do with it. I mean, this alone is like a free app store with unlimited content. Not only that, it's an absolutely, it's a blissful platformer. It's fun to play. It's got lots of different sort of factors that you can fiddle with. And I mean, the graphics are beautiful. I mean, this game looks basically like Little Big Planet 2 on PS3. And again, you can take this on the go. You can play this anywhere you want. You could play it on the train. You could play it at work. You could, you could play it at school, wherever. So, I mean, again, here's another plus point for the Vita. Incredibly good platform games. For the racing fans out there, Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed is probably better than Mario Kart 7, I would say. I mean, not only are the visuals much, much better, the frame rate's smoother, and, this is a full-on console game, again, on the PS Vita, compared to Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, which is, let's be honest, quite a cut-down version. I mean, Mario Kart 7, there's actually not really a lot to do. All you do is race on the same tracks and unlock some sort of accessories for your character. I mean, Sonic All-Stars Racing, there's tons to do. There's a whole story mode, there's World Challenge, there's online play with actual ranks. I mean, the 3DS, you just continue to play people with no real reward. Then we have Killzone Mercenary. I mean, this game is leagues and bounds above the sort of 3DS equivalent, which is, Resident Evil. I mean, they do not even compare. I mean, just look at this game. It's a full-on shooter, console quality. And it's, it's genuinely a very good game. It's highly rewarding. I mean, every kill you get points which you spend on sort of upgrades, customizations, new weapons, upgrades. Said upgrades twice. But you get the point. I mean, this game it's very fun. It rewards you for being stealthy, but you can also take a sort of guns blazing approach and you'll still be rewarded. And, the amount of freedom it offers is it's quite refreshing. The AI is also quite strong, and it utilises... That was a pretty good shot. It utilises a lot of the Vita's useful features, such as touchscreen, as well as the back touch panel to zoom in on scopes, and these all are implemented quite well, and they wouldn't work on another alternative console such as the 3DS. So for tactics junkies out there, we've got Pixeljunk Monsters, and this is the deluxe edition, which was which is kind of like the enhanced edition that was originally released on the PS3 and PSP, and it contains all the sort of extra content as well as new challenges and that kind of thing. So, I mean, this game is very, very in-depth. I mean, there's tons to do, even after completing the main 30-hour campaign. There's more challenges and things to go after. So, again, another incredibly detailed game with lots to do, even once you complete the main story. On top of this, there are emulators, and I mean, not only does this give you access to another 300-400 games, but PSP games especially, I mean, they look incredibly good. They're, upscaled onto the PS Vita's beautiful OLED display, and they look even better than they did on the PSP. Not only that, but they play better. I mean, you've got 2 analog sticks to use here. You've got bilinear filtering, you've got colour spacing options. You can actually make the PSP game sort of fit the Vita much better. And so, you've got loads of instant classics to take with you wherever you go. You've got things like SSX, you've got Monster Hunter, you've got, all your classics, Persona 3 Portable, that kind of thing. So that's an absolute ton of RPGs and, games of all genres, really, all of which are instantly accessible. They don't take up that much space, generally speaking, and they're highly rated. And as well as that, they're actually quite cheap on the Play Store. And as if that wasn't already enough, I mean, we've got PlayStation mobile games. There's absolutely tons of very, very cheap games. I mean, these games, generally speaking, are of higher quality than most mobile games, and they come at a similar price. I mean, these are very, very reasonable games made by indie developers. Talking about indies, I mean, there's tons of actually full PS Vita releases made by indie developers, and again, these have actually made a name on Vita. Things like Oli Oli, very, very popular and very highly rated. And these can only be, experienced on the Vita. So, I mean, I think there's more than enough reasons for a person to buy a Vita. I think there's absolutely no reason that someone should be slagging it off, saying that the Vita has no games, when clearly that's not the case. PlayStation Plus, this is just another example of where, just a small fee per month or per year can get you instant access to something like 40 games for the Vita, as well as discounts on many others and early access to betas and that kind of thing. So I think I rest my case. The Vita is an incredible machine, it's capable of so much, and it already has very, very good content on it. I mean, clearly there's more to come, things like Borderlands 2, I mean, that's going to be a big, big hit, hopefully. But as we stand, there's still loads to satisfy your gaming cravings, and even if there aren't any native Vita titles, you can always turn to emulators, you can turn to PS Mobile, you can turn to indies for, your niche offerings that you're looking for. So anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Rate, subscribe, comment, like, and check out my other videos.